I think for me, the lifetime challenge is I thought the older I got, the easier things would be. And it's the opposite. It seems like the older I get, the harder it is. And of course, you're all there saying, well, of course, Tessie. But I was naive. I just didn't really think about that. I didn't think about it that when life, you know, as the world goes, as the world turns, and as the years progress, it gets harder and harder and harder. And in doing so, you know, how can I stretch my imagination? By what ways can I live? What things can I do that don't have the price tag on them? A lot of the videos I do have a price tag on them, like living with $1,500 a month and living on $800. So my whole goal is to give you a little bit of a price tag, not because I think of my life in that way, but so I can give a title so people can understand where I'm coming from. You know, I could say, well, this is Homestead Tessie's life. Well, nobody would know what that means. Is she a multi-millionaire? Or, you know, what is she? So to make $1,500 a month, to live on $800 a month, that gives us the couple $100 that we can save and build up our savings, build up all of our things and build that up. So as we're coming out of an era, and our era is, you know, redoing our house. When we bought this property, we redid the inside. It had all new carpet and all new paint, and we had all new appliances. Now, of course, the windows and the structure of the house, everything was the same. But we had to redo the inside because it was not livable inside. Of course, some of you would say it wasn't livable outside. But through the years, it took us 14 years to build up the house now on the outside, that eventually it would be nice to repaint, redo some things on the inside. But we had to fix the bones of the house. Literally the bones of the house. We had to fix it, put new subflooring in. Now, I did get a new floor in the bathroom and the laundry, which was free for us because it was leftover materials. So that was really nice. That was leftover materials that somebody had from a job. But we had to pay all of that. We had to pay thousands of dollars to remove the trees because they were dead. And I'm talking $20,000 we had to remove the trees. We had to. They were hanging over the house and they were dead. And I think we have one last tree that needs to be trimmed badly, but we are not doing that this year. It's safe enough away from us that we don't need to worry about it. And it might take another couple years, but you know, you never know. That's what having a home is. You know, somebody's like, well, you're a homeowner, get over it. Yeah, I know, but I like to share it with all of you because I think a lot of you are sitting now with maybe your washing machine broke, maybe your dryer broke, maybe your plumbing is breaking, and I'm sitting here telling you, okay, I've been there, done it, I understand it. And we just kind of have a friendship with that, you know, because we all can kind of relate to one another. And especially when you are older, especially when you're on Social Security. You know, I see something different now than I ever seen before. I've seen, my mindset has changed. See, I never lived with wanting much. Now, my parents were not big spenders. They were living under their means, but my parents could do anything they needed or wanted to. And as a child, I would see older people in their houses get, you know, dilapidated all around them. And I used to think to myself, because I didn't know any better, oh, you know, they're sloppy, they're lazy. And now I realize that as people get older, they just can't do what they used to do. And to pay someone to do it, they don't have the money. It's just too expensive. I mean, $2,500 to get a little, I mean, it's a maple tree and it was big, but you know what I mean, $2,500. My husband couldn't climb up on that tree and cut it down, and it needed down right away. We couldn't wait another 8-9 months. We called other companies that were supposed to be cheaper. They never called back. They you know, they're too busy and we needed it done. And so we had to pay premium to get it done and get it done right. So yes, looking back, I realize that as we get older, it gets so much harder. And it is a bad thing, really, that what people have to go through. The people that are homeless living in their cars now have jumped to a lot of senior citizens. And I saw that and I couldn't believe it. You know, senior citizens now, veterans and senior citizens are living in their car. They can't keep up with it. Can't keep up with the cost of living. So we are living in a world that has a lot of things. We are not a third world country. What we think is bad is not bad compared to those living in a third world country. I spent many days in a third world country as a child. My parents traveled across the world and helped with missions. But yet, that doesn't help ease the burdens that people are having in our country. And for them, it is like living in a third world country. And so living on my Social Security amount now is not a choice, to be honest with you. It is a necessity. And it will become a necessity my whole life. Somebody asked a question and I thought, well, you know what? I never thought of that before. She said, are you doing this now? And then when you get your Social Security, of course, then you're going to live a better life. No, this is what my Social Security is. So this is my Social Security life. This is what I'm earning and making, and this is what I'm making now. So, you know, I'm praying that taxes and things like that will be better, because right now it's ungodly the amount of taxes I have to pay with my income. It's like, it's unreal amount. Like, it's absolutely an unreal amount because I'm not making money. I'm not making much of anything. And now I'm not buying anything. See, I used to buy things and say, well, that's a business expense, which it is, but it's not paying off. So I'm not buying things. I'm not doing things. I'm staying at home, just like you are. A lot of you are staying at home. How can we make our homes our heaven on earth? See, I know you guys say, well, you're always just so happy and you don't quite realize what it's really like. Oh, I do. I do. I had to pay a $4,000 bill in January. I'm working that off because I had stress and I went to the hospital and they did tests. There's nothing wrong with me. I had emergency funds, you know, I had to use up, and now I need to work on my emergency fund again. I just cross my fingers and pray that there's no emergency before the emergency funds, you know? It's not belly aching or complaining, it's life. So it is life. But you know what? We have a wonderful life. We are on this earth. We are here for a reason. And finding joy in that. Finding joy in everything. And that's not easy. Some days it is. Some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's such a wonderful life. Other days I wake up and all these things are happening at once and everything is happening and I say to myself, I can't take no more of this. It's too much stress. But then to stop, take a break and realize, stop. This is life. You know, it won't last. And wipe yourself off, dust yourself off, get up and start another day. Make your house your home. Doesn't cost you anything. I'm not telling you to go to Dollar Tree and redo your house. I'm not telling you to go to the mall or the store or Walmart and redo your house so that way you have something new. Take what you have and look at it with different eyes. You can redecorate your house with the things that you have. And you can change your furniture around. There's so many things you can do. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm finding it a lot easier on my mind. My mind is more at rest. Yeah, less really is best.